Nigel, how do you consider that point in the end following an action-packed opening first day here?
A good point in the circumstances when you're facing 35 odd minutes away from home and you're 2-2, but over the course of the whole game, without a doubt we should have had the 3 points.
You started the match like a steam train. In that opening half an hour you were attacking Crewe at will.
Yeah, we were trying to be positive, try and entertain, and then we've got the 2 goals. We should have had more. A couple of little turning points. Certainly Davis Keller-Dunn scored 2 brilliant goals, but he had a great chance to make it 3-0, which would have probably sealed the game at that point. A few minutes later they get a corner. We don't deal with it well enough. It was a needless corner first of all. Callum Johnson should be clearing the ball over the stand. He gives a needless corner away, a bit scrappy, and it breaks for them. And then at 2-1 second half I thought we were pretty comfortable again. Keller-Dunn hits the inside of Davis Keller-Dunn hits the inside of the post, and within minutes all of a sudden we've got we think is a very harsh red card, and they've equalised, so that the game turned on its head within a few minutes.
Was that the turning point, the red card? You were 2-1 ahead at the time.
Yeah, 2 or 3. As I say, I thought not going 3-0 up, 3-1 up, then the red card, and then I thought about the 80th minute when Lucas Akins turned the lad inside out and managed to hit Rhys Oates on the line. What Oates was doing anywhere near that position, I don't know. He shouldn't be anywhere near, and we should go and win 3-2, even with 10 men.
What view did you have of the red?
No, I'm just looking straight across at it. Callum's eyes are on the ball, as their lad, and they're both off the ground, both of them. I think their lad got a little toe to it first, but there's no malice or anything. It's just a football challenge. Would have been interesting, said Callum, if he'd have put his head in there, see what the referee had done then.
What was the plan thereafter when you went down to 10?
Well, to reorganise. When we do go to 10 men, you've got a couple of options. We still want to be a threat, but we needed another defender. Aiden Flint was the only one on the bench for us, so he had to come on. So then we reorganised to a back 3, sort of back 5. Lucas filling in again at left wing back, but sort of pushing on. 3 in midfield, and then we got the fresh legs on, and Oates is a threat up top. He's so unlucky when he went clear. He's clipped it and it's hit the goalkeeper's hip and just rolled wide for a corner. 4 or 5, 6 incidents today that could have gone our way and didn't.
After you went down to 10, were you still looking to win it, or were you content with a point?
No, you look at us. Did you see how we went? Did you see how we played for the last half an hour? If anybody was going to score, I thought it was us, and we're set up, to attack as much as we can. We've got our right wing back Callum Johnson streaming down the right, and with a minute to go, and then Gailey gets caught offside. We're putting the ball in the box as much as we can. We've got Aiden Flint staying up from set plays. We're trying to win games as much as we can. We're going to go for it. We're going for it. We have done. We hope we have done for a majority of 2.5 seasons, and we're going to keep going in the vein we started today.
As you said earlier, or intimated earlier, on another day, Davis Keller-Dunn could have easily had a hat-trick, if not more. 3 or 4. I thought his 2 goals were excellent, very, very good finishes. But he's got to go and get us another one, go and get that hat-trick. And when you do have so many opportunities and so much of the play, we're saying go and punish teams. What do you take on the whole from this first performance?
Very, very good performance overall. As I say, the sending off we can't do too much about. We can say, all right, don't put your foot in and everything, but he's a defender and that's what we do ask them to do, try and get the foot in when they can. Certainly no aggression or malice in there. And it was interesting to hear that, the Crewe sort of lads, they didn't think it was a sending off at all.
And just after the sending off, you brought on your new signing, Aiden Flint, who penned a 1-year deal with the club on Thursday. Big signing for Mansfield. How did you manage to pull that one off?
Well, it's been sort of rumbling for a few weeks, and it sort of breaks the model a little bit of what we've been doing in the last 2 transfer windows, because we've been brought in sort of mid-20s, that sort of age, Will Swan younger, a couple a little bit 27, 28, so we're trying to sort of go younger. But when somebody of Aiden Flint's stature in more ways than one comes on the market, then we have to be interested, and the only reason we've got him is location. Because everybody knows he lives in the area, and that was a major plus point. He will have got offers for much more money from around the country, but at just 34 years old, he's seen what we've been doing in the last couple of seasons and wants to be part of it.
Some may have been surprised to see him on the pitch today at some point, because I wouldn't have imagined he's had much of a pre-season, unless you can correct me otherwise.
He hasn't had any pre-season apart from a few runs he's been doing on his own, keeping fit. You can see he looks in good shape. and he's been playing a little bit of five-a-side and stuff with his mates. It's the sort of one when the one bounced over him, on the halfway line. That's the sort of thing where you're a little bit rusty. But when the ball's coming in the box, you go onto autopilot and he just wins his headers, which he did today in both boxes.
Bottom line today, is it you've seen a lot of promise heading into this new season?
Oh, without a doubt. We've carried on the way that we played, I think against Rotherham and against Hearts. Positive. We've got to cut the goals out we're conceding. It's literally just a few shots today and they've scored two goals, and we must have had 20 odd and only scored the same two. So it's in some ways the same old story, more clinical at one end, and let's do a little bit more to keep them out defensively.
Quick word on Grimsby in the Carabao Cup at One Call Stadium on Tuesday, because we won't speak to you before then. What sort of side will you field?
We'll have a think about that in the next couple of days. You saw today with the players coming on, we've got a good squad. So we'll see how people are after the game today. So early season's always just getting your second win, getting your breath, and it's really sort of 10 games in before you're really up to speed in any season. So we'll see how they all are, but it'll be the same squad. We haven't got anybody outside of that. Ollie Clark was here today. He trained on Friday. It's his first session for about 3 weeks. George Cooper was just outside. So Ollie Clark will probably come into it and it'll be the same 18 apart from that. Callum McDonald, we presume, will be suspended unless we appeal.
Comes too soon for Will Swan then? Yeah,
I think maybe another week or so, something like that. For him. He was out running on Friday, which was good to see. Probably another week, 10 days, something like that.
Thanks, Nigel.
Thank you.